Ruchim Habaim, welcome. We're beginning Sefer Beresheis, and in the book Sha'Ar Hapesukim, and this is a translation of the Arizal's commentary on the Torah. And I was just reading a small part on Beresheis chapter 1 verse 2, and it says, "The land was null and void, and there was darkness upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God hovered above the water." Now, if we look at the Spirit of God in the Hebrew, it says Ruach HaElokim. Elokim, which is an attribute of judgment. The Arizal is going to explain, was this really all judgment? He says, this is what it says, the land that it was in the past. So I'm not going to go into full detail here, but he explains, he says, God says, let there be light, etc. Beresheis, that this was the beginning of the Tikkun. So we see that Tikkun takes place. And more about the verse, the land was null and void. There was darkness upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God, Elohim, hovered above the water. The Torah mentions the Spirit of God, Havaya, and the Spirit of God, Elohim. So we see that there's different attributes to Hashem. The Havaya is mercy, and Elohim is in the attribute of din. So Elohim, the name Elohim expanded using the Yuds, which is the Gematria 300. So here, I kind of went through it. You have the Aleph, Lamed, Fe equals 111. Lamed, Mem, Dalet equals 74. Hey, Yud equals 15. And Mem equals 80, totaling 300. This is the expansion of the name of Elohim. And Shmuel says, do not err from what is written only once. You remove the expansion with it, the gematria, from 300. If you remove 86, which is actually the gematria of Elohim in its simple form, removing 86 from the letter Shin equals 300, you have Resh Vav Ches, which is spirit, Ruach. So here, you take the expanded form of Elohim minus the simple form of Elohim 86 equals 214. We see Resh Vav Chet equals 214. And so what is this hinting to? Well, he carries on and he says that if you remove the expansion letters from within it, which is the air and spirit within it, the expansion alone has a gematria of Ruach. And this is the spirit of Elohim that hovered above the water. Therefore, someone who is thirsty for water but has none, or they're fasting, they should have the intention for the spirit of Elohim mentioned, which hovers and floats above the surface of the water. And this will remove their thirst. And this teaches us that judgment is included in mercy, and mercy is from judgment. Therefore, water is mercy and is included in judgment. This is the spirit of Elohim, and not the spirit of Havaya. The spirit of God, Havaya, is in this way. So what the Arizal is going to do is explain how, even though it says in the Hebrew, the spirit of Elohim, the subject of judgment, is written in the Torah in this verse, we're going to see that there's actually hidden secret of mercy, Havaya. So the name Havaya, when switched using Atbash, is Mem Zadi Pei Zadi. So you have the name Havaya, Hey, when you do the Atbash, it's Zadi, Vav is Fe or Pei, and Yud is Mem, and Hey is Zadi. So when you take the numerical value of these four letters of the Atbash, it equals 300 of Havaya. So when you remove the simple name of Elohim, Din, or the attributed Din, 300 minus 86 from, you remove the Din, you have 214, which is the Ruach. Again, and this is the hint to Hashem's mercy, the Spirit of God hovering over the face of the waters. And again, there's a second way. He says the simple name of Havaya has the gematria 26 with its four letters is 30. If it is expanded using the Yuds, the Rebuah of the Achoraim will be 184. the complete total, so if you take 26 plus the 4 equals 30, plus 184 is Ruach. It equals out to Ruach. And so here you have the expanded form of the Acharim. 184 plus 30 equals 214. I had a little help from my friend Michael, and he's expert in gematria, and so he was explaining this to me. And also there is a third way, Havaya, of the Sag of Beria expansion. Her Panim 63, and her Acharim is 166, a total for 229. From the Panim, remove the number of the simple letters, which are 4. From the Acharim, remove the 10 simple letters, and only the expansions remain. And there you have the gematria of Ruach in Kalel. This is the Ruach of God, Havaya. And so it's all laid out here. Yud, Vav, Dalid, Hey, Yud. And it goes on and breaks this all down. But what's interesting is, so the bottom line is the Arizal shows that this is the trait of judgment called the spirit of Elohim, and it hovered above the trait of Chesed, called water. As known, the world was first made according to judgment alone. So we see that really Chesed is hidden within the spirit of God hovering over the face of the waters.